from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
We are taking pride in outstanding performance. We are encouraging and recognizing innovation. We are committed to continuously doing things better, with enhanced services coming soon. Yes, we are here for you. Check us out today for your financial need. GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is the GBN television news for today, Thursday, April 22nd, 2021. I am Beverly Telesford. In the headlines, Public Workers Union says it's ready to take up the 4% salary increase fight. World Earth Day celebrates 51st anniversary with emphasis on earth restoration. And the Royal Grenada Police Force provides relief items to their counterparts, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Coast Guard. And around the globe, a family awaits news on St. Lucian kidnapped in Martinique, and Guatemala Pacaya volcano's continuous eruption disrupts life. Coming up in sports, Triathlon Grenada hosting a duathlon this weekend, and Tokyo Olympics Committee meets to address continuing problems plaguing the Games. We'll have the details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening to our viewers and listeners on K105. This is GBN News at 7. April 22nd is recognized as Earth Day, celebrated around the world to pledge support for environmental protection. The year 2021 marks the 51st anniversary of the annual celebrations. To celebrate this day in Grenada, a group of organizations with a common goal assembled to discuss some of the issues affecting the island's environment. We hear the details from Rena Pear-Thomas.
As if signaling the importance of World Earth Day, La Soufrière volcano in neighboring St. Vincent and the Grenadines erupts once again on Thursday, April 22nd, as the world celebrates World Earth Day. The action of La Soufrière shows how unpredictable Mother Earth can be. World Earth Day is celebrated in Grenada and the rest of the world under the theme, Restore Our Earth. It focuses on natural processes and emerging green technologies that can restore the world's ecosystems. In light of this, the Interagency Group of Development Organizations, along with other stakeholders, met on Thursday to discuss several issues that is presently affecting Grenada's wetland and environmental sites. Sandra Ferguson, a member of the group, explains.
It had to do with the Molyneux slide, the road slide. Then there was the Lassages development, the massive destruction of the wetlands and the filling in of the pond. Then you had the Livera and the Mount Hartman. And people began to ask questions. Nobody had consulted them. They hadn't had a chance to have a say. And we know that public participation and involvement should be a critical aspect of the whole EIA process.
James Finley of the Willie Redhead Foundation, who also attended the event, says they are presently experiencing the battle of economic development and environmental safety.
We realize that there's a contest, existential contest between environmental values and economic values. And development related, and also the use of land and resources that we have. This is a contest that is going on, and sometimes that pits us against the objectives of government, and of course government has their constituency and their responsibilities, and we think that we have responsibility to point out certain things. So.
Meanwhile, in recognizing World Earth Day, the Livera Development Project, through a press release, reiterates its commitment to Grenada and its people to develop environmental protection measures that will not destroy or decimate the island's environment. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear Thomas reporting.
As organizations around the world mobilize their networks to commemorate Earth Day on April 22nd, Sandals Foundation, the philanthropic arm of Sandals Resorts International, is intensifying its Caribbean conservation efforts by committing to plant 10,000 trees by June 2022. The effort forms part of a wider Caribbean tree planting project coordinated by the Caribbean Philanthropic Alliance in collaboration with Trees That Feed Foundation, the Clinton Global Initiative, and other partners to plant 1 million trees across 14 Caribbean countries by June next year. Over the last 12 years, the Sandals Foundation has engaged local schools, community groups, partners, team members, travel agents, and guests to plant more than 17,000 trees across the Caribbean. This intensified tree planting mission empowers even more persons to take action in line with this year's Earth Day theme to restore our Earth through the efforts of environmental partners in each of the 7 countries it currently operates. The Sandals Foundation will coordinate the planting of fruit trees, timber, and mangroves to protect the terrestrial and coastal zones of the islands. Another major eruption of the La Soufrière volcano was recorded earlier today. For the latest news out of St. Vincent, we join Superintendent of Police assigned to Sedema, Sylvan McIntyre. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good evening to everyone. Good evening to your viewers, your followers, your listeners. My pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to have you. So what can you tell us about the latest eruption, and what is the situation at present in terms of volcanic activity?
The latest eruption has just become one in another series of events occurring at the La Soufrière, and people are now becoming, what I can say, used to the new normal, in that the unpredictable events of the La Soufrière continues. Today we had an eruption just around 9 minutes after 11 o'clock. This one was not a major explosive eruption. However, it did spew ash plumes into the atmosphere. There is no report so far of lava or pyroclastic flow. It was too dangerous to have ventured out to investigate anything where that is concerned. It just goes to reiterate the uncertainty of the erupting volcano that can happen at any time. It is the thing, or one of the things that the scientists have warned about, that it is unpredictable and eruptions are expected, and they can be as explosive and as wide as the one on the 9th of April. And these are some things that we look for every day.
All right. And I assume that people over there, over the past few days, were engaged in cleaning up their homes and surroundings. With this latest eruption, it's back to square one. Is there a showing of frustration among the people?
Yeah, there's obviously a show of frustration and anxiety. I have spoken to some shelterees earlier on today, and they kind of are anxiously keen, wanting to go back to their homes, wanting to get out of shelter, wanting to get back life to normal. But it is just difficult. It's the saga that we continue to go through, that it is no close end through the tunnel. There's no real light at the end of the tunnel, because this can happen at any time. But as people become more frustrated, our challenge becomes greater to try to reassure them, try to ensure that they have food, water, the sleeping accommodation, the medical situations, they're all taken care of. But on the other hand, life is as normal in the city of Kingston. It is bustling at the port with relief items coming in, water and foodstuff and other hygiene and health supplies are coming in at the Kingston and at the the other parks around St. Vincent.
And speaking of relief supplies, should there be a shift in priority items from water to other items based on the needs of the people?
As it is now, there will be a new needs list that will be coming through, but the government is encouraging food items, assorted items. As a matter of fact, there were some items that were in bulk, and they were just of one kind: rice and sugar. There was a considerable amount in that end, and the other things to balance the meals could not have been found. And the state has to find itself purchasing items to make up meals to support the almost 16,000 persons who are in shelters. So the situation is still very fluid, even if the water situation is back in many places, but it is also the dry season, and so storage of water is critical, and the ever-present ash within the atmosphere and around the homes of people, that continues to be a challenge. So the rain came over the last couple of days, which subsided, or which kept down the flow and the flow of the ash around different places. But that in itself was just very, very temporary, and people are hoping that the rain can come a bit more and that the volcano at least could stop erupting so that they can get back to normal life.
All right. As always, a special thank you to Superintendent Sylvan McIntyre for keeping us informed with the ongoings in St. Vincent. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, and good night.
Good night.
Okay.
The Royal Grenada Police Force has contributed to the overall relief efforts of Grenada to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. On Wednesday, the RGPF handed over much-needed items to the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Coast Guard. Trelana Charles has the details.
The St. Vincent and the Grenadines Coast Guard arrived on the Caronage St. George's Wednesday morning aboard the Captain Hugh Mulzac patrol vessel to collect items donated by the members of the Royal Grenada Police Force. The RGPF gathered bottled water and other basic necessities, which will benefit the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines as they continue to deal with the impact of the eruptions of the La Soufrière volcano. Corporal Kadina Douglas McLean, who is attached to the Community Relations Department, said this is the fulfillment of a promise made by the RGPF.
We indicated earlier this week that the RGPF will be doing its part in contributing to our brothers and sisters in St. Vincent, and today we have the St. Vincent Coast Guard. They are here to collect a quantity of supplies. Over 500 cases of bottled water was collected. These were contributed by members of the RGPF. We also have non-perishable food items and other personal effects that were gathered, that were contributed by members of the police force to assist our brothers and sisters in St. Vincent.
Corporal McLean said she is satisfied with the contributions of the members of the RGPF who made the humanitarian effort a success.
The support and the response from members of the RGPF was quite tremendous. It is overwhelming to see that members understand the plight of our colleagues and our fellow men in St. Vincent, and they have heeded to the call to assist, and they have done so generously from their own personal effects. The RGPF will continue with its efforts in whatever way we can. This is the first of many that may happen. Once the need arises, we will come back to our members. We will go to other persons or individuals and seek assistance where necessary for persons on St. Vincent.
Lieutenant Enos Hamlet from the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Coast Guard expressed his gratitude for the RGPF's donations. He said the supply of water received would help greatly with the water shortage being faced on the island.
As of now, water is critically important to us because most of the reservoirs have been covered with ash, and there have been a shortage of water supply for the past couple of days. So we are very much grateful for the assistance given to us here with this water supply. It would definitely go a long way for the folks in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
On Thursday, 22nd April at around 11 a.m., another explosive eruption of the La Soufrière volcano was recorded. Reports from the UE Seismic Center say the south and neighboring islands will not be affected. Trelana Charles, GBN News.
This is news at 7 coming up. Public Workers Union ready to take up the 4% salary increase fight, and Republic Bank contributes $87,000 towards COVID-19 relief efforts. Stay with us.
There's There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here even when the future seems unclear, because one thing is certain: you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
The 61st annual meeting of shareholders of Grenada Electricity Services Limited will be held virtually on Zoom, as well as the Grenada Trade Center on Thursday, 29th April at 10 a.m. Given the risks of COVID-19, shareholders are strongly encouraged to attend the meeting virtually. Virtual attendants are required to submit a proxy for voting. In keeping with COVID-19 protocols, limited seating is available for in-person attendees. To confirm availability and reserve a seat, or for information, please call Grenlec at 237 extension 312.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
The safety and security of your information is always important to us. Ariza now offers chip cards, also known as EMV cards, which provide enhanced security for your purchases and are globally accepted. The new Ariza Credit Union Visa International Debit Card continues to have the traditional magnetic stripe with the additional security feature of a chip and can now be used at both chip and traditional magnetic stripe terminals. For your added protection, always keep your PIN private and store your chip card safely in a RFID pouch. Visit arizacu.com to learn more on how to protect your account information. Ariza Credit Union, your financial freedom, your future.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear, because one thing is certain: you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back to News at 7. The newly elected executive members of the Public Workers Union are ready to fight for workers' rights, starting with the outstanding 4% salary increase owed to public workers by government. The members had their first press conference on Thursday after election in March 2021. Rena Thomas tells us more.
The executive members of the Public Workers Union, headed by President Brian Grimes, says that after writing to the government in March to set a date to meet and discuss the unpaid 4% salary increase owed to public workers from January 2021, they are still awaiting on answers from their employer on when they can resume discussions. They have again formally requested to meet with the government at the end of April to chart the way forward. The union's public relations officer, Daisy Hazard, says the behavior of government clearly shows a level of disregard for trade unions.
We can make the conclusion that perhaps government does not care, government does not value its workers, that taxpayers pay money spent to support every month. Government has little consideration for unions, which is a pillar of our democracy. We are constitutionally enshrined. Government does not feel that they owe unions the respect to speak with us at the table. So we have written to them. We have checked our calendars, which they also have, and we've suggested some date. We have suggested very nicely to the government that we are willing to meet on Tuesday, 27th April, that's next week, and again on Tuesday, 29th April. We are open, we are able, we are available to meet.
Health and safety issues in the workplace and the outstanding 4% owed to public servants are just two of the many issues on the union's agenda to discuss with government. Vice President of the PWU, Beryl Ann Clarkson, spoke of some of their burning issues.
After doing some research, I would have found that there are policy documents, there are draft acts, and quite a number of things written on paper, stored electronically, those on shelves that speak to the conditions under which we are to perform our duties. Unfortunately, that's where it has stayed. As a result of this, during the next couple of months, with the support of these persons here present, we would be championing the cause and lobbying that the act that has been on the shelf will get off the shelf, get into the Parliament building at Mount Welldale, be passed and enacted.
President Brian Grimes explains that another subject that is close to his heart is that of contract employment.
Is decent work being on a one-year contract? Is decent work being on a 2-year contract?
20 years.
For 20 years? Is that decent work for our Grenadian people? I want the general public to understand that public officers are Grenadians. I want the government to understand that we are Grenadians.
The March-elected team was speaking at their first media briefing on Thursday. For GBN News, I am Rena Thomas reporting.
While the urgency of the COVID-19 pandemic may have overshadowed other critical health issues in the region, it has also put a spotlight on others. These were highlighted during the ECCB's Digital Dialogue on Thursday. Thursday's episode of ECCB Digital Dialogues, hosted by Timothy N.J. Antwine, Governor of the ECCB, focused on the pandemic and healthcare. The dialogue explored pre-existing and emerging health priorities in the Caribbean region. Though COVID-19 took up precedence over the last year, there still remain other challenges and health risks in the region. Other health issues will remain a challenge long after the COVID-19 pandemic is over. Head of the Human and Social Division at the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States Commission, Dr. Carleen Radix, says no health system was prepared for the pandemic, but due to international news, regional systems were in a better position when the pandemic reached the Caribbean.
Things that we knew, we should have and could have been as a globe more prepared. But none of the health systems were prepared to deal with this pandemic. I think the advantage our health systems had in the region was first the fact that we were forewarned The disease started on the other side of the world, and it took its time to come to us. So we're able to see and learn from what was happening in other countries and to anticipate how it would come to us.
Founder of Earth Medic and Earth Nurse Foundation and former executive director of the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARFA, Dr. James Hospitalis, says regional priority should be placed on two building blocks of a healthy economy.
I think our number one priority, sir, is to pause and to learn from this situation and see how the COVID pandemic is actually part of a bigger picture of the unraveling of creation, if you will. And then to act, to invest in human and social development, and to invest in a healthier planet and environment, because those are the two building blocks of your healthy economy. And work better together among ourselves in the region than we have ever worked before. We like to grumble and complain. We don't know how to work together as well as we could, and we need to. And second, make more noise at global level than we ever made before.
The ECCB Digital Dialogue serves as an avenue for stimulating public discourse and building regional solidarity in response to the threats and opportunities presented by the pandemic. Republic Bank continues to support initiatives to safeguard against the COVID-19 pandemic. Managing Director Mrs. Naomi Diali pledged the bank's financial support in the amount of $87,000 to Health Minister Nicholas Steele.
The donation made under the bank's social investment program, The Power to Make a Difference, PMAD, will assist the ministry with its public education and awareness campaign as the country continues in its efforts to reduce the impact of the pandemic on the health and economic systems. In May 2020, Republic Bank contributed medical supplies valued at EC $108,594 to assist the ministry with relief efforts during the height of the pandemic. Commenting on this latest initiative, Managing Director Ms. Naomi Diali says, "We are pleased to support our people through collaboration like this to ensure a minimal impact on our citizens in the fight against COVID-19. The financial institutions state that they take their corporate responsibility seriously and are pleased to assist in safeguarding the well-being of all citizens." The latest act of philanthropy reiterates the bank's commitment under the PMAD program, which is founded on four main pillars: the power to learn, the power to help, the power to care, and the power to succeed, and directly aligns to the power to care. Responding to the gesture, Health Minister Nicholas Steele thanked the bank for its timely contribution. Christelina John, GBN News.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Trelana Charles has been looking around the platforms.
This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. Minister for Agriculture, Honorable Peter David, announced that legislation has already been drafted for the decriminalization of marijuana in Grenada and should be tabled in Parliament in June 2021.
We are going to discuss, have a national discussion on the small quantities. The proposals will come before several stakeholder organizations within the next couple of weeks, and we are going to discuss what has been discussed, what has been done through the region, which is the decriminalization of small quantities of cannabis. Not legalization, decriminalization.
Tonight, our online and listening audience discuss if marijuana should be decriminalized in Grenada.
No, for me in any case, because I had to deal with parents who going crazy with them with their children after they leave school and get crazy with marijuana.
I'll be eager to see what are the details that are built into it, because I don't want to be having to go walk in the road and guys are just smoking because they feel that it is not a criminal act. They can smoke, so I have no right myself to protect myself against the second-hand smoke and the other things.
The older people need to re-educate themselves on marijuana use. The negative stigma placed on it was done so unfairly. However, as with anything else, people must be responsible and strike a balance in in the use and not abuse of it.
I for it 1,000%. For medical reasons, it's a natural herb, and a lot of countries in the world is legalizing marijuana and making millions of dollars from it.
Well is either or. We either put tobacco and alcohol on the criminalized list or we take marijuana off. Nonetheless, we must be aware that smoking anything is damaging to the lungs and could put extra strain on the health care system.
I am saying yes, but find a market, decriminalize it, legalize it, find a market for it.
I think it's a step in the right direction because other countries are making millions on marijuana and we're putting people in jail and burning it. It will bring a great sum of money to the economy and maybe the 4% will be paid.
Because if we not legalize it and people smoking it in your face, when it's legalized, it is worse and you cannot tell them anything.
I think we as a people need to educate ourselves on this matter because we just make an emotional decision. Firstly, this was created by God. Do we always need to smoke it? No, we don't. There are other ways of using the herb to obtain its benefits. Alcohol and other substances such as cocaine, cigarettes, etc. are substances were also made from some of God's creations. However, they have been modified and therefore create more harm than good. I believe in decriminalizing marijuana. However, as in everything, proper structures need to be put in place.
That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page.
From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN ISA lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISA is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
It isn't Valentine's Day, but we have a heart in tonight's ISA. Our reporter submitted a photograph of a dasheen in the shape of a heart. She said she was about to prepare her lunch of provisions and mackerel when she came across the heart-shaped dasheen. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms. We take a break, but still ahead, Spice and We makes donations to state institutions, and Grenada prepares to receive livestock from volcano hit St. Vincent. Stay with us.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016. Or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to miss this. Sunday, May 2nd, get ready to celebrate with more cash. This time, you can win US $15,000.
$15,000?
Yes, Miguel. 15 big ones. And tickets are just $13 US. But that's not all. To top it off, we're bringing Grenada's 5-time Soca Monarch, the Mad Rass, Boise. Tell me why you like. Bingo.
All right, up in your front door like a Jehovah.
Yeah. Boise performing live on stage. This is going to be one for the record books. Get Get your tickets early for only $13 US. In Grenada, tickets are available at gotofed.com or from numerous box offices island-wide and our main office on Bruce Street Mall. If you're overseas, tickets are only available at gotofed.com. Sunday, May 2nd, don't miss the 20th edition of Wagati Virtual Bingo. Get your tickets now and join the fun and excitement online.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
There are those who say they care, and then there is Jediah's Pharmacy, conveniently located at the front entrance of the Bruce Street Mall, right next to a Riser Credit Union. We offer premium quality products and services, and when you need us, we are there, offering you around-the-clock service, Mondays to Fridays, 7:30 to 7 p.m., Saturdays, 9 until 7 p.m., and Sundays, 10 until 2. At Jediah's Pharmacy, we show care with a beautiful smile. Call us today at 440-5342. The number again, 440-5342. Jediah's Pharmacy, affordable and totally dependable.
At Bailey's Funeral Home, we understand the pain and grief you experience when you suffer the loss of a loved one. For years, we have helped thousands of families get through that difficult time by providing professional funeral services to meet their unique needs. Whether your choice is cremation or burial, call us or come into our new facility on the Carenage and meet with our arrangers in a spacious and comfortable environment. Choose from a wide variety of quality coffins and caskets at prices from as low as $1,900. At Bailey's Funeral Home, we believe that no one should feel overwhelmed or anxious about funeral expenses. So when it's time to plan a funeral, join a burial society, or make pre-arrangements when service and costs matter, call Bailey's Funeral Home at 440-2558 or visit us at baileysfuneralhome.org. Bailey's Funeral Home, still providing the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Welcome back. An organization with its headquarters in the United States has reached out to hospitals in Grenada and one fire victim with much-needed aid. Spice and We, a non-profit charitable organization with assistance from its local arm, made presentations during the past couple days. The organization's motto is, "We lift each other to rise together."
Of the members of Spice and We Inc. We're based in Brooklyn, New York, and we opened up a chapter here in Grenada. We wanted to present the basket for the pediatric ward at the General Hospital here, just something to help out the children in need here, and hope you appreciate it.
Dalton Jones is one of the co-founders of the organization and is ably assisted by Tarika Gay, Director of Operations. The group made its rounds, making one of its stops pediatric ward of the General Hospital. Director of Hospital Services, Dr. Carl McIntosh, welcomed the donation on behalf of the mothers most desiring.
But the fact that you're saying that you're giving this to us here in Grenada, especially on the pediatric ward, if you would do know that there's so much that is needed, and we are able to say that we have pride in the people that are staffing the pediatric ward in being able to provide the best of the care possible with the resources we have. We have so much need, but every single thing that comes in is very much appreciated, especially in this time for our parents, who it is so difficult for them in the sense of just raising the children and going through in this tight economic times.
The second stop was at the country's lone mental health facility. Kester Cyrus, Health Services Administrator for Monge Hospital, received the donations on behalf of the institution.
Always a joy for us when persons partner with us in providing to us, because as you know, we deal with mentally ill persons and we could never have enough for them. In fact, only today I was doing a little looking at the records, and we're getting so many persons coming in within these last 2 weeks. We're wondering what's happening. So we are so happy. We are so happy for whatever we get. We are happy for it. And for sure, we'll put it into use and ensure that our patients benefit from whatever we get.
Fire victim Gerin Charles was also a recipient of items and cash towards her loss. She expressed her gratitude to the organization for reaching out to her and her family. Terika promised that this initiative will continue. Chrislina John, GBN News.
The Agriculture Minister said that after a conversation with Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines and other individuals, Grenada has agreed to take livestock from the volcanic ash-covered island.
So we are making arrangements, hopefully arrangements in the next couple of days, to bring to Grenada, of course, through our veterinary people, ensuring that disease-free and all of that, all of the protocols will be observed to improve our stock, and maybe if we get sufficient, to distribute some to particular farmers who are interested in the program to improve their own stock. And we hope that through that we'll improve our stock, but importantly in all of this, including our food production, to assist St. Vincent when they are ready to come back up.
Minister David said he believes that Grenada can begin producing livestock to the extent of meeting the local demands. He said his ministry has been critically addressing the livestock sector over the past few months.
Well, let me first start by saying this, that the livestock sector is one that we've been critically addressing over the last couple of months. We believe that we can increase livestock production to the extent that we can take care of local demand. In terms of pigs, in terms of cows, in terms of sheep and goat, we can do that. There are some exciting new projects in livestock taking place around the country on the initiative of some private entrepreneurs. I want to commend them for their work, and I want to commend them for taking the plunge and investing in it and putting their money where their mouth is.
He said the ultimate goal is to reduce Grenada's food import bill. Stay with us. The weather and sports are up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Do you know what time it is? You guessed right, it's detox time again. At Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Purchase our 7-day cleansing pack for only $500. Includes everything you need for a complete total body cleanse. Cleanse your blood, kidney, liver, and colon. This cleanse will help you lighten up and get rid of the excess. Also available are our special product Detox Combo Pack for only $100. Try our single detox products starting from $40. Check us out now. Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area, or call us on 231-6642, 449-7753, or 418-7115. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. Detox, your way to health.
When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grand Anse, Victoria Street, Brandon, and Central Deputy Street, Wharf. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Keeping an eye on the weather. This is GBN. We've got you covered.
Weather for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times, with few brief early morning showers possible. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open waters. Tides high at 1:45 a.m. and low at 7:45 a.m. Weather for Friday, April 23rd, generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times, with few brief morning and nighttime showers possible. Weather for Saturday, April 24th, generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times, with few brief morning and nighttime showers. And weather for Sunday, April 25th, generally fair and breezy, becoming partly cloudy at times, with few brief morning showers. Good evening, sporting fans. On Sunday, 25th April, Triathlon Grenada will be hosting a duathlon at the Morris Bishop Highway in Grand Anse. Tanya Fisser, Vice President of Triathlon Grenada, gave an overview of the event.
We're going to get all the athletes back into competing again. So we're starting with shorter distances and something a little easier. Registration from 6:15 because we want the race to start promptly at 7. Everyone meeting at the ACE car park. It's going to be a short 2K run, an 8-kilometer cycle, and then a 2K run. I think people got more interested in keeping fit during the COVID because they felt they had to get out and about more. So we're hoping to find some new youngsters interested in triathlon and getting into running and cycling.
Fisher said the event will be held in keeping with COVID-19 protocols.
We're hoping for at least 20 to come out. Because you're on bicycles and running, we will manage fine with the COVID protocols. Sign in and registration, everyone wears masks and hand sanitizers. We do keep a distance. There's no more sharing of water cups and bottles. Everyone brings their own water bottle. And we don't have a communal food thing at the end. And people are aware. We do take temperatures and we're keeping a watch. We are following all protocol.
She was a guest on GBN's Good Morning Grenada on Wednesday. Jamaica's senior athletes will miss their chance to compete in this season's first international competition, the World Relays. The local governing body, the JAAA, pulled the plug because of arrangements due to the COVID-19 pandemic. More in this report.
Former two-time World Championship 100-meter bronze medalist Asafa Powell has expressed the sadness that the J3s were forced to withdraw from the World Relays set for May 1 and 2 in Poland.
The news is very disappointing because I know, along with the other athletes, we're looking forward to get back on track to represent Jamaica.
Powell's reaction came on the heels of the J3s indicating via a press release that they decided to withdraw the 39-member team due to tough travel travel restrictions brought on by COVID-19. Based on existing travel restrictions, routing, and possibilities since then caused by the SARS-CoV-19 pandemic, it has become extremely challenging for the Jamaican team and officials to participate. The release continued. In the interest of our athletes and other stakeholders, we have decided to withdraw from the captioned event. End quote. While disappointed that athletes would miss out on a chance to demonstrate Jamaica's prowess in relay running after a long layoff, Powell says it seems the local governing body had no choice. In the 4 previous stagings of the World Relays, Jamaica has amassed 19 medals, the second most after the United States with 31. Denise Walters for TVJ Sports.
Japan is contemplating whether to impose a state of emergency in Tokyo and Osaka as coronavirus infections surge across the country. It comes just 3 months before the troubled Tokyo Olympics. The International Olympic Committee is meeting to work out how to manage the continuing problems plaguing the Games. Al Jazeera's Rob McBride reports from Seoul, South Korea.
For the Tokyo Olympics, nothing, it seems, can go right. The 100-day countdown to the postponed Games was accompanied by a cheerless drizzle. And as coronavirus cases continue to mount, this warning from a senior political leader.
If it seems impossible to go on with the Games, they must definitely be cancelled.
Japan's government was quick to walk back that remark, insisting the Games will go on. But it's a far cry from the boundless optimism of South Korea's Pyeongchang Winter Olympics in 2018, which led to unprecedented diplomatic dividends. It was meant to herald an outpouring of goodwill in East Asia with a run of Olympics in the region. The postponed 2020 Tokyo Games, although it's clear how those are turning out, followed by Beijing's Winter Olympics in 2022, which some countries are now threatening to boycott. That's because of protests over China's human rights record, a reminder of how vulnerable the Games are to multiple external factors.
Having selected 3 hosts, consecutive hosts within Asia, this was kind of like the Asian period of the Olympic Games. Nobody predicted and could have predicted a global health pandemic, the Games being delayed by a year, everything that's been happening with China. So yeah, nobody could predict these, and it does become challenging for hosts.
That still hasn't dented South Korea's hopes of bidding for a joint Summer Olympics in 2032 with North Korea, even though the two aren't even currently on speaking terms.
The Games would be held jointly by 2 different countries with different ideologies and systems. It would serve as a good opportunity to embody the Olympic spirit of world peace.
Even as many of the facilities from South Korea's Winter Games now sit idle, hopes here endure for a rekindling of that Olympic magic. Rob McBride, Al Jazeera, Seoul.
That's sports. The program on the globe is next. A relative anxiously awaits for news of a St. Lucian man who was kidnapped by gunmen on a hospital bed in Martinique on Saturday, April 17th. Details in this report.
A 38-year-old St. Lucian national is a kidnapped victim in Martinique. He has resided in the neighboring island for the past year. According to reports, the victim had earlier sustained 3 gunshot wounds in a separate incident and as a result was hospitalized on Sunday, April 11. A media outlet in Martinique stated that gunmen wearing hoodies stormed the Laminade Hospital in Fort-de-France and grabbed, hauled and shoved the wounded man into the trunk of a car and subsequently sped away with him. Family members are presently awaiting word from French authorities on the matter.
No information as to why or what is going on, nothing. We haven't got anything whatsoever. The only information we got was the police called and said he was kidnapped at the hospital. But they have no idea why and where his whereabouts.
3 other patients were in the same ward with the wounded man when he was snatched from his bed. The relative told NBC Prime that efforts are ongoing by French authorities to gather as much information which may provide some level of clarity on the kidnapping of their loved one.
We're just praying, hoping and praying that he gets back to us safely. Although we know that he was injured at the time of his kidnapping. We were aware that he has been kidnapped. He just came to ICU not too long. He was just placed on the ward, and the next we know he was kidnapped. So what we're praying, we're just hoping and praying that whoever kidnapped him brings him back alive.
Family members say that there have been conflicting views regarding the kidnapping and also speculation with regards to the incident, but are allowing the authorities to do their job for the safety of their loved one. Cecil Actil, NBC Prime.
Guatemala's Pacaya volcano has been erupting for more than 2 months now. Ash plumes have caused flight cancellations and a lava flow has destroyed crops and sparked wildfires. Al Jazeera's Manuel Rapallo reports residents are considering evacuating as the molten rock continues to spread.
Plumes of ash and a river of molten rock from Guatemala's Pacaya volcano now stretches for more than 3.5 kilometers. It's been erupting for more than 2 months.
The activity has increased since the 5th of February. It increased with strong explosions with an abundance of ash that led to the closure of the Aurora International Airport for 2 days due to the amount of ash.
Pacaya is one of Guatemala's most active volcanoes, but the lava flow today is the largest produced by this volcano since 1961, and there are fears about where it's heading.
2 communities are constantly monitoring as a result of the risk created by the lava flow. The communities of Patrocinio and San Jose Rodeo, which are next in line the lava flow, we are talking about around 1,900 people that we are approaching in these communities.
70-year-old Adolfo Fajardo says he remembers the eruptions of 1961, but says this one is far more violent. He's worried he'll lose his home if the eruptions don't end soon.
The truth is that the lava has invaded grand extensions of land, destroying coffee plants, forests of trees, pastures, and it's close to the community of El Patrocinio.
Experts monitoring the volcano say the lava flow is moving about 30 meters per day, but concerns are growing among local residents who have been asked to prepare for a possible evacuation.
The people already want to leave, but don't have a place to go. That is our greatest worry as authorities from the community.
The lava flow produced by Guatemala's Pacaya volcano has attracted curious tourists to the region. But scientists say that volcanic activity could change at any moment and warn of the possibility of more explosive eruptions and ash falls. Manuel Rapallo, Al Jazeera.
Stay with us for a recap of the headlines. Recapping the headlines, Public Workers Union says it's ready to take up the 4% salary increase fight. World Earth Day celebrates 51st anniversary with emphasis on earth restoration. And the Royal Grenada Police Force provides relief items to their counterparts in St. Vincent and the Grenadines Coast Guard. And around the globe, a family awaits news on St. Lucian kidnapped in Martinique. And Guatemala Pacaya volcano's continuous eruption disrupts life. In sports, Triathlon Grenada hosting a duathlon this weekend, and Tokyo Olympics Committee meets to address continuing problems plaguing the Games. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it would be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Beverly Telesford. That's the news. Good night.